What is up, midnight tokers, afternoon inhalers, and AM hookah smokers? This is the AM Hookah Podcast. We are a weekly podcast every Monday at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, talking about bowls, tobacco, and a whole lot more. I am Matt, and joined with me, as always, is the Alfacher man himself, Adrian. How are you doing, my friend?
I don't like that that's what I'm called, Matthew.
That's your name. You're the Alfacher man.
Skip it. I want to be the Fantasia boy.
Joining us this week is our very special guest. He is the chef of hookah YouTube. He tells it as it is, the one and only hookah chef, Christian Pennington. Is that how you pronounce your last name?
Correct.
Awesome.
Pennington.
How are you doing this week? Thank you so much for joining us. What are you up to?
I'm actually doing a lot better than I was last week. As you knew, I got a tooth taken out, and I was recovering, so I'm only like a week into smoking again, so doing pretty well.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you're feeling better. We were hoping to have you last week, but we aren't able to because of that reason. But we're so happy to have you this week. I've been wanting to get you on the show for a very long time. Obviously, our show is, kind of geared towards like enthusiasts and people that are into hookah in a very large quantity way and stuff. And the fact that we have someone like you who has done such a great job on YouTube and everything, it's just awesome to have you. We've had Rob from Dude Where's My Hookah. We've had Zach from Strictly Shisha. We love the YouTube hookah reviewer community and stuff, and you are by far one of the best. I love watching your videos, man. So thank you once again for joining us.
That.
Yeah. J-Rock just said
Zach and Rob are actually both really good personal friends. So
they're great guys, man. I've enjoyed getting to know Rob over the years and stuff for sure. J-Rock just said, hey, don't be talking about my Fantasia. J-Rock is the only Fantasia man that is here. We have the whole crew hanging out in the chat right now. We got Akeem, the original super fan, Dr. Noob Sauce.
Frank here.
Oh, Hookah Frank. What is up, Hookah Frank? Thank you so much for joining
Frank?
us. We got Rose F. Death here as well. B-Loot, what is up, my man? Paul stopped by to say hello. Derek Moses is here as well. Oh, my goodness. We have just Moses Hoses, exactly. Love his stuff. We have a huge show really planned out. This week we're going to be talking, of course, to the Hookah Chef himself. We're going to be talking an interview, questions from the chat and everything. Also, we're going to be talking about Trifecta Dark and why it is just so damn good. We're going to be talking about the chili that Christian is eating right now as well. And
how's the draw on that chili?
it's not bad, actually. Like, I just picked it up while I had my tooth done, and I haven't eaten them all. And it's really good. It's Campbell's Slow Kettle.
Oh, okay. That's a good brand right there. We appreciate that blonde chili that you're having right now. But we're going to go ahead and jump into, as we normally do, we're going to be talking about what it is that we are smoking, and we're going to go ahead and kick it off with Adrian. Adrian, what are you smoking right now, my friend?
That's a good question. I packed this bowl like as soon as I got home. What is this? Orange soda and cane mint.
Ooh, orange
Super
soda.
simple mix, real old school.
Orange soda is
for anyone who cares, it's in the Alien Gen 3, and I got it on my white matte pair, which is like the only hookah I've been using for since the Chicago hookah meetup.
Orange soda was my very first Tangiers flavor.
It was.
I got it on it late. This is like my first 250 of it.
Damn.
I had it a long time ago. I don't think it was it wasn't my first, but it was definitely up there towards the beginning of when I first started smoking Tangiers. So I can tell, or I'm going to take a guess from the tip that you're using. You're going to be using the Japeno, or how do you pronounce that?
And don't quote me on this. I'm pretty sure it's Japona. But I'm actually not. I'm just using the hose.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually using. Hold on, let me pull it into the light.
Oh shit!
I don't use this hookah as much as I should, but it's the LYX1.
Oh, I remember you seeing the review that you did on that before. You have it at medium mask or whatever?
Say what?
You have it at the medium height right now, or is that as large as it goes?
It's full height right now.
Okay. I remember seeing the videos that you had on that one back in the day. Adrian started smoking Tangiers a month ago, is what Hookah Frank just said.
Frank, that's not true.
B-Lou is smoking some Natural Order, Bermuda Mint, and Secret Agent. What are you guys smoking there in the chat? But we see the hookah that you're using, Christian, but what is the actual tobacco that you have in your bowl right now?
I figured since we were going to be talking Trifecta, I'd load up some Trifecta. I just have a simple little mix. It's probably my wife's favorite mix. It's just Morning Glory and Mint, but today, Death by Ice and Morning Glory.
We had a small breakup. We had a small breakup in connection.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you fine right now. I'm hoping that we don't go down. If we do, we'll figure out that as we go. Of course, the AM Hookah Podcast is famous for the technical difficulties that we have. It wouldn't be the same if we didn't have some kind of technical difficulty.
Ask Frank. If you've ever been on Hangouts with me, you'll experience some technical difficulties thanks to my living situation.
Paul
You'll
said,
fit right in. Don't worry about it.
Paul says, "Hey Christian, let's see some of those baby clouds. You got some baby clouds to show off for us?"
Okay, Paul, here you go.
Those are looking
All right.
pretty nice.
Can we get Can we get another one of those, but turn your CGI machine off?
Still going, still going, still going. Oh my goodness. If you guys do not know, we have some fun in Facebook all the time talking about clouds, baby clouds, monster clouds, CGI clouds, everything in between the clouds as well. But Dia's here as well. He's smoking some ice green apple. We have Bopperman24 smoking Carolina Peach with Wham. We also got Hookah Frank smoking Static Starlight because Static Starlight is the best Tangiers flavor, at least in my honest opinion. We got all sorts of fun stuff going on right now. I am smoking also a Trifecta mix because we are doing the Trifecta episode. I'm doing a mix of Indian Cure because I love this freaking flavor, and also with lychee, which took me way too long to try this. I actually bought these from Christian at the Hookah Worldwide Expo in Vegas when we actually got to meet for the first time, which was a fantastic time to do. Funny story. I go up to Christian to get a picture with him, and as I'm trying to take the picture, my phone messes up, completely not meaning for this to happen, and immediately he says, I guess, you take your technical difficulties even when you're not on the show. So I appreciate that, Christian, just calling me out.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah,
that was a good time.
It was an amazing time.
Great expo.
The other flavor that I have on hand with me is actually Enigma because I love this flavor. I almost packed this one, but I decided not to just because I like to smoke this one mixed with Static Starlight, and I didn't want to do Tangiers today. So that's why I just did these two Trifecta flavors. Man, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in the chat. I'm trying to keep up. Bopperman24 says, I wanted to try Indian Cure, but I'm allergic to cinnamon. I don't really taste a whole lot of cinnamon flavor in the Indian Cure. Do you taste cinnamon, Christian?
I don't necessarily taste a straight cinnamon, but I feel like there's definitely cinnamon in there. And if you know Indian Cure, it definitely has cinnamon in it, like the actual thing. So, and knowing Moose, if he uses cinnamon, it's real cinnamon. So it'd probably be best not to smoke it.
Yeah, don't risk it. Don't risk it. Yeah, I agree. Raul's correcting my pronunciation right now. It's lychee, not lychee. I say lychee because I'm white and I accept that part of my lifestyle. We are going to be talking about we are all three reviewers on YouTube, actually. We all have our own channels. Christian Pennington, he has the Hookah Chef channel. Adrian, of course, has PipeDreamHookah. And I just have Matt Desind on mine. So we're going to be talking about some new videos that we have. Adrian, have you had any new videos go up in the last little while?
Yeah, actually, just yesterday I had the Pack Mats introduction video go up. Just a little piece of promo that I did for Bracken because I love that product. I think it's a really cool, customizable thing. No reviews in the last 7 days, though.
Okay. Yeah, Pack Max is really cool. Have you seen those Pack Max, Christian? Have you seen those, what those are all about?
I have seen them. Actually, I like the idea of it. I actually just I use an old school little what do you call it? Tangiers container and just mix up my tobacco in there.
Okay,
that works too.
Yeah,
it's definitely one of those bougie glamour pieces of hookah paraphernalia you don't need to own.
Yeah, you don't need it, but when you have it, it's pretty nice. I think they're pretty cool. Adrian, going to release the Chicago stuff. I want that time lapse. You got some Chicago information going up here soon, Adrian?
Yeah, I've got a video on the Chicago stuff. I took a lot of video, and that's like the most different. Like, there's a ton of different pieces that I have to edit together and stuff. Then I'm getting some time lapse footage from Dr. Noob Sauce himself too. So
very cool.
I'll have a video on that coming out soon. Thanks for reminding me, Chris. I've been a scatterbrain ever since Chicago.
Naphael just said Hookah Chef is the real chef eating those canned foods. He's calling you out right now, Hookah Chef. What's up with that? I had a video go up. I did a review.
It works all the time.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. When you get home, you don't want to do your job at home, obviously. So that's why. I did release a new video this last week, actually last night into today. It was a review for Azure Dubai Apple. I'm a huge fan of Dubai apple. I'm not a big double apple smoker fan, but I love what they did with the Dubai apple because it has a really, really nice sweet note. It's not purely that anise or that black licorice taste to it. You actually have a really, really nice sweet characteristic to it. It just goes really well. Mixing with mint is delicious as well. So if you haven't seen that review, hop over to my channel when the show is over and go and check it out. What about you, Chef? Have you had any new videos drop in the past little while? I think the last thing you had was the review for the Japona hookah, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the last one I did. I've just been super slammed at work, working 6-7 days a week, so I haven't had much time for reviews.
Yeah, understandable completely. Make sure you check out our our own channels and stuff like that. Especially check out Hookah Chef. He puts out awesome content all the time when he does. Always honest, very good reviews and stuff. So go and check his stuff out for sure. We are going to be talking a little bit about hookah news that dropped today. We finally got the dates for the new Hookah Worldwide Expo happening in 2019. It is going to be in Las Vegas again. It's going to be on the 3rd and the 4th of August, the exact same time frame that they had this last one out. I'm pretty excited. Are you going to be able to make it out and join us this time, Adrian?
Yes, thank goodness. I'm so pissed. When I saw all the footage from the expo last year, I was ticked off. So I made sure to go extra hard at the Chicago Hookah meetup.
Oh,
and,
no.
Hookah Frank's like, oh, still recovering, Adrian. Oh, so there goes Hookah Chef, which means
we just
this
lost.
10-second delay. We're about to see some really bad things happen to the actual stream. So hopefully he pops back in.
Yeah,
this next Hookah Expo is going to be awesome. Hopefully we get even more people out. This looks, oh, wait for it. Connecting. Guys, Matt planned this, just so you know.
No, not at all.
Matt planned, I'm looking at the notes, and it says right here where we are, drop Christian from stream.
Not at all. Bridget just said, sorry for this short, Christian is back, it looks like. Sorry for this short interruption. I don't know what that means. Naphael says, what, my wife is over here for some reason. What's up? Hold a second. Adrian, I'm going to need you to, whoa, hold on a second.
All bad things are happening.
What's
happening in Matt's screen? What's happening here?
I don't know. We have also, hold on a second. We have all sorts of things going on. Oh my!
It's amazing.
Oh my gosh! The stream's messing up.
No, this is perfect.
No,
this is what they wanted.
No, okay.
This is what you guys wanted, right?
Hold on a second. I gotta. Oh my gosh!
Hi, Bridget.
Adrian says hello. I have all sorts of things going on. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get this thing working. Oh my gosh!
Matt, let this happen.
I don't know how to stop it from happening. Sorry, guys, for all these technical issues. I think Christian is trying to join again. I'm going to see if I can kick him. I remove that one. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can get this working. What are you doing, honey? It's my birthday tomorrow. It's my birthday tomorrow. My wife got me this bag. What is going on? I love you. Happy 30th birthday, Bridget. That's what this little tag says right here. It is my 30th birthday tomorrow. October 16th is my birthday. What did you do? What is this? My wife is jumping in excitement.
Oh, this is just wild. Okay, we got a Hookah Chef.
Oh, hold on. Let me remove this.
Hi, Hookah Chef.
Hi, Hookah Chef. We're having. Hey, I got it. My wife just came in here. I'm getting gifts in here. What is this?
Why are you getting gifts?
I don't know. I got some tobacco in here. I don't know what this is. I don't know what's the tobacco. What is it?
I don't know. That was a freebie.
The freebie. It's a freebie in there. Oh my gosh. Is this what I think it is? Oh my god. You guys are gonna. Oh my god.
Oh no. What is Matt?
Oh also, my
Matt,
gosh.
If you're getting gifts, we all deserve gifts, right, Adrian?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It's my birthday. Oh my gosh, this is a Derek. Oh my god, it's a Tennessee type. Oh my gosh.
Yay, Bridget and Derek.
That's pretty cool.
It's a Derek Moses hose. Oh my, Derek, you son of a gun. Oh my gosh, I can't even. I'm so happy right now. Check it out.
That's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh. Me and Christian were just talking about the Titans. Oh, my wife is standing back here. Come here. No. Yes, she won't come over here. Oh my.
Come on, Bridget.
I have it's a Derek Moses hose. Here's the. Oh, I gotta get this thing set up. I gotta use this. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry for this interruption, guys.
Dude, no, actually, that reminds me. Shout out to my boy Kyle Smith.
Oh my God.
He made me a special hose, me and my wife a special hose after we had a tragic loss.
Oh,
And I
Oh,
kind of,
my.
I kind of want to show it off real quick.
go
Do it.
grab
Yeah,
it.
that's-
Not
that's
to try to upstage or anything, because Derek Moses hoses are great.
I gotta go give my wife and my daughter a hug. I'll be right back.
Oh, good. And then it was just Adrian. Welcome to the Hookah Podcast. So let's see. I have nothing planned for this. I didn't know that I was going to be ditched by both of the other people in the podcast. I didn't get a cool gift, but that's a pretty sweet hose. Now I'm pissed that I didn't break out my Derek Moses hose. Matt's
Love
back.
you. Bye. Bye. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Sorry guys. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I got to get this thing set up and use it. Adrian, you're not the only one with the Derek Moses hose on the show now.
I'm super duper pumped for you, Matt. This is a sweet hose.
This is
Now you got to
fantastic.
put your relics ring on top of the hookah, get your Derek Moses hose, break out your pack mat to pack something. Support that local community, dude.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what's been going on in the chat. I hear things going off a little bit.
People are just very happy for you.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, my birthday is tomorrow. I'm turning 30 years old tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Get rid of this Mia hose.
You're officially
But-
old, Matthew.
I'm
So,
old.
if you followed me at all, ever since I started, you would have saw that I used to have a husky, and he was in a lot of my videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Sadly, huskies have really, really strong pulling power, and he broke his. He was only like a 70-pound dog, and he broke a chain rated for like a 175-pound dog, and sadly he got into the road. Well,
Oh no.
Kyle went out of his way and surprised me and Megan. I came home one day and Megan said there was a package for us. She'd already opened it and she wouldn't tell me what it was. But
Oh, what the shit? That's amazing.
yeah, custom
God,
hose.
Kyle's such a good guy.
Oh, Kyle's such a good guy.
Like, it's crazy. It has a D hose on the inside, and he carved my dog into it, and it even says Hachi around it.
Is that wood?
Yeah.
Ah, Kyle does everything, turns out. Wow.
Yeah, no, he's super talented, dude.
Oh my goodness.
But when I got this, I literally cried. It was insane.
I'm very sorry for your loss. That hose looks amazing.
Oh no, yeah.
I'm about
but-
to talk about my hose now because I have to.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my!
Talk about it. It's awesome.
This is amazing. I thank you, wife, if you're still watching. Bridget, I love you so much. Derek, you are amazing. This hose is oh, I can't talk right now. I'm just in absolute. I'm just in complete shock. Derek, what is this tobacco? What did you send me? What is this tobacco in here? It smells delicious. Oh man. Where are we? What is going on with the show? Adrian, you got to get me back on track. I have no idea what's happening.
Right now, I think we're in the part where we finished the news, and now we can talk about the interview.
Okay.
Want to interview Hookah Chef? The whole reason we came onto this?
I do.
Or should we delay that? Should we do that in the next podcast to make this the Sweet New Hoses podcast?
The Sweet New Hoses pod. Yeah, exactly. The Derek Moses show.
Look at you guys.
This is fantastic. Okay, so in the comments right now, Bilu says, I remember he was amazing. Naphael says, Matt, does she smoke with you? She does not usually smoke with me. It's been a long time since she has. Oh my goodness. Just okay, so let's get into the interview. Let's get into the interview real quick. So Christian, Hookah Chef, thank you for joining us here on the AM Hookah Podcast. Sorry for all the craziness. How long have you been smoking hookah for?
Let's see. I'm 25. Started when I was 18. So math is hard. Brain hurt.
16, 7 years?
7 years.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Very cool. What got you into smoking, though?
Actually, my wife. We were living together in Murfreesboro, and my friend, which I'll say he was into less than legal substances.
Yeah.
he wanted to go to a head shop, and so me and my wife went with him. And while we were in there, we saw the little cheap $20 pumpkin hookahs. So I was looking at them, and I didn't know anything about them, but Megan told me what they were and said it was just tobacco, wasn't anything else. And I was like, oh, cool. And then she didn't think anything of it, but I was like, let's get one. So I got one, looked up a bunch of things about it, and actually started off with Hookah tobacco and Coco Naras. I never started with quick lights or anything like that. So I got really lucky there. Because when I bought it, I was going to get quick lights. And the person said behind the counter, they were like, we just got these in. They're supposed to last 3 times longer than regular coals. I was like, oh, cool. I'll get those then. It sounds like a better budget. So got some Coconara. And what kept me in it was actually learning smoke tricks and everything.
Oh, cool.
And then it just progressed from there.
Coconars used to be good. You got them back in the day when Coconars were a good coal. That's a great way to start, actually.
Either that or we were just naive.
Well, yeah, a little bit of both, I think, is what happened with that. Definitely better than quick lights, though, if nothing else.
Oh, yeah.
Adrian, you want to get the next question?
Absolutely. I'm gonna assume, I'm gonna make some assumptions based on this because you wrote the notes this time, but it's worded. What have been some of the ups and downs you've seen for the amount? You've been smoking for like 7 years now, so you've seen a lot of what happened in the industry throughout all that time. So what are some of like the high points and the low points in the community and hookah industry that you witnessed?
I think one of the high points and low points of the community is it's actually a kind of a good and a bad thing. It's we're also invested and close with the manufacturers and people that run the hookah industry, that the people who make the hookahs, the people who make the tobacco, the bowls and everything. It's a great thing because they'll listen to us and they'll make changes, but it's also a bad thing because they might be listening to too many people at once and making changes that not enough people want, or stuff like that, or listening to the wrong people because they're friends with them. I think it's a good and a bad thing. It's almost like a double-edged sword in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely an issue because we do have like a vocal minority almost, where there's a few people who make a lot of noise on all the groups and stuff, and those are the people who a lot of these brand owners are going to be listening to, because a lot of the people who are super stoked about where the market is right now are pretty much just keeping their mouths closed because they're happy.
Yeah, exactly.
And we've talked about it on the show before, because I feel very similar to you about in that same regard. It's always such a weird thing to see so many different vendors posting on all these Facebook groups and stuff like that, and it's like, I know we're all buddy and that's a good thing, but at the same time, like, there is money being spent in this industry that people are trying to gain and get and stuff. It's always been kind of an interesting dilemma inside of it and stuff, just kind of interesting and stuff. But my next question for you.
No other community. I mean, if you go, and I don't know anything about cars, so please don't ask me anything about them. But if you go to like a car group on Facebook, you're not talking with the owner of Porsche or anything and tell them, hey, you should increase your turbo or whatever. So yeah, it's a, granted, they should take people's feedback, but they shouldn't take too much attention into it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Certain people.
I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, sometimes community members don't necessarily know what's best for the market. Because at the end of the day, we're all just guys smoking hookah. Like, we don't make the stuff, so you don't necessarily goes into it, but the processes are. So I agree. Sometimes it is a bad thing when, like, you do have these people who are so willing to listen to the community. Sometimes you have issues.
If anybody in the chat has any questions that they'd like to ask Mr. Hookah Chef, feel free to drop those in the chat. Just drop a question mark in front of it so we can see them right away, and then we will ask that question for you. My next question is, what is your top flavor and what is your top hookah that you have out of all the stuff that you've either tried or that you have in your actual collection?
I hate these questions. I hate the ones where people ask me my favorite of something.
What's your favorite?
I can never pick. As far as Trifecta, I was around when Twice the Ice was first made, and like I was part of. I've been good friends with Moose for probably 4 or 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone doesn't know who Moose is the owner and maker of Trifecta.
Such a chill guy.
yeah, I met him through Adam, Hookah Beyond, and ever since, me and him have been talking because Adam introduced him to me before anyone knew who Hookah Pro was on the groups. They just thought that it was just some dude who liked hookah. Well, he reached out to me. He sent me some samples and stuff, and ever since, he's been sending me stuff, and I've been giving him feedback on it because he's always been impressed on how my palate can pick up certain flavors that no one else can. And I'm not trying to like boast or anything. It's just due to my profession. And ever since, I've just been so in tune with trying to be as honest with him as possible. I've told him when I think a flavor is just not good, and I've told him when a flavor is great. And he's taken a lot of my advice, and he's also rejected some of it because he knows what's best for his brand, and I completely understand that. I wouldn't say I'm the reason or one of the reasons, but I feel like I might be. One of the reasons there's two different versions of Twice the Ice. There's Twice the Ice and Twice the Ice Extreme. I got my hands on some original Twice the Ice, and that was when there was just one. And I kept getting them to make it colder and colder and colder. And eventually it was just fantastic, and I loved it. And then he loved it too, but it's just too much for some people. So he ended up making the smart decision, which I wouldn't have done. And he made two different versions for people who are crazy about mint, and then some who like it, but they don't want to overpower them.
Oh, very cool. So we have some questions from the chat as well. A lot of them are asking, what is your favorite mix? Do you have a favorite mix or a go-to mix that you really enjoy smoking?
On the theme of asking you what your favorite thing is.
Yeah.
That you hated.
Yes.
I love
favorites. Oh, man. I don't even know. Like, I like playing around with stuff that isn't conventional, like mixing sweets and like spicy and stuff like spices and stuff like that. Just doing random mixes. I know Smoker Pass, if you check out his channel, rest in peace, Smoker Pass, since he never reviews or anything anymore. He has one of my favorite mixes on there, and it's actually a brand that I don't smoke anymore just because I thought they went downhill, was Haze. It's called the Chef's Bouquet. It's rose, raspberry, Sub-Zero, and there's something else in there. I cannot remember what it is. But it's actually on his YouTube, and that was one of my favorite haze mixes, and I used to make it all the time. But sadly, I don't have it anymore. Watermelon, that's what it was.
Oh, very cool. I'll have to check that one out. My next question to you is not on the notes, actually, real quick, just to throw it in there. Have you ever? I know you've smoked Enigma, and I know you're a fan of it. Have you ever mixed Enigma with Static Starlight from Tangiers?
To be completely honest, I've never had Static Starlight.
Whoa.
You
need to try that flavor.
We need to change that. That is such a good flavor, and they mix very, very well together.
Isn't it like a grape floral mint?
It's a grape and rose. Yeah, it's rose and grape, and it is so good. One of my all-time favorite. No mint, no, but you can throw mint in there, obviously. But it is such a good flavor. It's one of my absolute favorites for sure. Paul also says, "Can you tell?"
Ketchup?
Huh? No, it doesn't. No ketchup in this mix. That's for sure.
No, like good Alfaca grape.
Paul says, "Can you?"
I love Alfaca grape. I love the ketchup flavor.
You like the ketchup flavor?
That's so bad. Stop.
Oh my gosh! What?
Oh God.
That's phenomenal. Paul says, "Can you ask Moose to send me some peppermint cream?" That's what Paul wants. He wants some peppermint cream. When's that flavor gonna come out already?
Peppermint mocha. I think it's peppermint milkshake. And I honestly have no idea. I've been reserving a small 100-gram pouch of it just for potential review purposes or just potential self-pleasure.
Yeah, I smoked quickly, very, very, very quickly through the sample pack that you gave me, and I absolutely loved it. It's fantastic.
I handed you a couple sample packs, didn't I?
Yeah, you handed me that one. And we talked about it immediately, and I smoked through it so quickly. It is so good. Paul actually smoked it with me the very first night, and we just enjoyed the hell out of that thing. It was very, very good. Adrian, you want to get the last question?
Absolutely. Actually, I wanted to get to a chat question real quick because I thought it was super interesting, and I'm surprised we didn't put it in the notes. But what made you decide you wanted to start doing reviews on YouTube in the first place?
That's a funny one. So before reviewing, of course, I had my Instagram at Hookah Chef, and I mean somehow, and I don't know why, it just jumped up in the amount of followers I had on Instagram, and I would post a bunch of stuff, and I would get so many questions all the time, and I would take the time, and I think that's probably one of the reasons it got up there quickly was just because I would take the time out of my day to constantly reply to every question I got.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually I knew so many of my friends. I was friends with Adam, Sean, Fletcher, a lot of the old school people who were reviewers already. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to make a review channel. I was like, there's no rhyme or reason to it. I'm not getting into it for free stuff, which I never did. And I ended up just making a YouTube real quick and trying it out. And people just loved it. They loved my honesty. And it just caught on from there.
Very cool. Question, Bilu says, is there an innovation that you've seen that's actually changed your smoking experience? Has there been an innovation that's changed your smoking experience?
I mean, I would say the most innovative thing recently, and that's only been within the past few years, has been, the huge surge of CNC pipes. I've really just enjoyed CNC pipes. Don't get me wrong, I still love my traditional, going back to my KMs and stuff. And I still smoke my my double apple hookah, my Elmas. But CNCs are honestly just the future for me, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
They're really well made for the most part. There are crappy ones, of course, but they're just really well made, and they're made to last, I think.
What about 3D?
Super consistent too.
Yeah.
What about 3D? What about 3D printed hookahs?
Ooh, I know who you're talking about.
What about what?
3D printed hookahs. Uh-oh, I think we're breaking up.
He's got to go grab his real quick.
While he does it, I just got to give a quick shout out to Derek Moses and my wife because this hose is absolutely phenomenal. I just can't stop looking at it. There it is. There's that 3D hookah.
Look at that.
Who made that?
That's incredible.
Who made that, Christian?
David Harris.
Wow.
It actually comes apart for cleaning. Honestly, I haven't talked to David as much as I should have about this so far, but I think it can definitely be a viable option for some cool things. The only thing that I've found so far is it kind of holds on to smells, but I think that may just be because this is the first one.
Materials and such.
So, at least the first one in America, I should say. I think there's some made somewhere else too.
Definitely materials are going to change as it gets used more and more. J-Rock says, tell Hookah Chef that it was a pleasure meeting him at the expo, and I still have my sample of peppermint shake from the traffic, and I haven't opened it yet from the expo. J-Rock, you need to open that up and start smoking it, man. Yeah. You're going to love it. I guarantee it.
Or you can just send it to me. You can send it right over here. I'll smoke it for you if you don't want it, buddy.
Yeah.
Dude, it was a pleasure meeting you. I know exactly who you are. It was a pleasure talking to you for that little bit. And ever since, I think we've been chatting a lot on Instagram and stuff. You've been commenting on like all my posts, so that's awesome.
J-Rock's awesome. We absolutely love him here at the AM Hookah Podcast. He's such a good dude. Okay, let's go. I think that does it for our topic for the interview. Is there any other questions that you can think of, Adrian?
No, I think that covers it pretty well.
Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about Trifecta Dark, which is the reason why we're here today. I got a couple flavors in front of me: lychee, Indian Cure, one of my favorites, and then also Enigma, which is just a fantastic flavor. The question I think to start this all off is, how has it changed from when you first tried it? You might be the best person to ask this, actually, Christian, because you had such a hand in the beginning of it. What are some of the changes that you've noticed from the beginning to now?
Well, a lot of people don't know this. When Trifecta first came out, it was a dark blend, and it completely tanked. It wasn't good, and it just wasn't good. So Moose actually went back to the drawing board, came back out with, the blonde line, came back with, Twice the Ice, Blue Strawberry, BDS, all those flavors and everything like that. And once that gained popularity, he tried his hand back at the dark. And I think out of most brands that I've had, especially all the ones that have popped up in the past few years, Trifecta Dark has been the most consistent from when it started to where it is now. There's been a few bad batches along the way, and Moose will be the first one to tell you that. But he's also the first one to fix the problem. If he that's where it's good to know the people who run and make the stuff. He's really invested in the communities, even though he doesn't really talk to people much, like in comments and whatnot, or make posts. But he listens. So if someone makes a complaint saying this Trifecta Dark Peach Mint is just not smoking right, I can't get it smoke right, it only has a throat hit, there's no flavor, I've literally known him to reach out specifically to that person and ask them for more input, and then send them, a replacement and everything.
That's
and
awesome.
It's just fantastic.
What about you, Adrian? What have you noticed from smoking Trifecta from the beginning and up till now and stuff?
So I've only been smoking Trifecta for about 2 years.
Okay.
My first experience was I saw Zach's review on Morning Glory, and he made it seem like the best flavor in the world, and it's in my top 3 flavors to this day. But all the same things. I don't have as much experience with it as someone like Christian does, but every single time I purchase Trifecta Dark, and I'm bummed out because I don't have a bunch to oh, look at all these Trifecta flavors I have. I had this problem when I order Trifecta Dark, I smoke it all very, very quickly, which it's a good problem to have, I guess. But it's super consistent, and the flavor potency is probably among the highest out of any of the tobaccos that are out to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Trifecta Dark's Morning Glory, Orange Seville Coffee, Raspberry, the Lime. Those are probably some of my favorite Trifecta Dark flavors, and they are all rich, outstanding. Lime's probably my favorite one, and I know Matt has some things to say about Trifecta's Lime.
Yeah.
But,
just personal preference and stuff.
100% agree.
I'll smoke Seville Orange Coffee, but it's not my favorite, actually. I don't know. It's just that mix isn't to my taste.
Orange and coffee is definitely weird. I thought I was going to hate it. If I had to pick Morning Glory or Orange Seville Coffee, it would be Morning Glory, but I'm happy both exist, so I can just get both.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing that I've always liked about Trifecta, going from the blonde or the dark line, is that they've always just been such strong, potent flavors. And everything that I've tried, from the first time I tried it to the next time I tried it, the consistency for me personally, even though I know there has been bad batches that have gone out and stuff, has always been very good and very... I love the cloud output of Trifecta. Trifecta clouds are just absolutely phenomenal. They really, really are. They're different than the majority of them. They're just very full-bodied and stuff. It's how we get these baby clouds that we're able to get, right, Christian?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. What do you think it makes it different than other dark leafs that are on the market, Christian, in your opinion?
Honestly, and I only know this because I've talked to him, he really goes out of his way to find the best tobacco that he can. And he makes sure that they're in... So the way tobacco works... a lot of these bad batches that have happened, it's not necessarily that they're bad. What happens is he has to use the tobacco before it's matured enough, if that makes sense.
Okay.
See what they get the tobacco in, it's cut up and it's chopped up and everything, and it's supposed to almost sit for a while. What happens is they end up getting a batch and they think it's ready, so they mix up a big batch, and we as consumers don't realize how much they mix at a time. When we buy a 250 or even a kilo, we're like, oh, this is a lot of tobacco. When they're mixing batches, they're mixing it in the ton, so they're mixing like a ton at a time. It's insane. Imagine, like, I don't know, a swimming pool filled with tobacco. I mean, it's probably not quite that much, but imagine like half a swimming pool filled with tobacco and mixed up. That's the amount that they're mixing. So if a batch happens to be bad, that's a lot of money. So a lot of times they have to let it sit even longer. which costs them money in the end as well. That's just kind of where that goes. And I think I strayed away from the original question.
No, that's fine. What about you, Adrian? What do you think makes it different than other dark leafs that are on the market today?
I could sit here and talk about like the insane cloud output or the quality of the tobacco, but for me, one thing that really sticks out is, I said it before, flavor potency is definitely there with Trifecta. Like with Tangiers, which is another one of the big dark leaves that we like to smoke. I find that some of the flavors are a little less potent, and all the Tangiers flavors have that Tangiers flavor. Anyone who smokes Tangiers knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Leathery.
Yeah, which is good if you're into it, but if you don't like that,
it's a great.
Not good. Yeah, but Trifecta, like when you buy Trifecta lime in the dark line, you're getting a potent lime flavor.
Very potent lime.
And if you want to mix it, you're like, if you mix 50% lime and 50% something else, the lime doesn't get drowned out. And you can say that about almost any Trifecta dark flavor. And I think I've tried all of them except for the ones that haven't come out yet. So and I don't think there's a bad flavor either. I don't think I've ever opened up a 250 of Trifecta and been like, this one's not for me.
We need to
They've
get you.
Like, yep, this is perfect.
We need to get you some peppermint milkshake ASAP because it is very, very good stuff. I love how smooth Trifecta Dark is. I feel like it's one of the smoothest smokes that you're.
Silky.
It is. It's just so smooth.
And Bobberman brings up a really good point. This is Bobberman. We'll talk about one of your favorite things about Trifecta. He likes how it's easy to pack. Because it really is very forgiving, regardless of how you pack it. There's obviously a right way to pack Trifecta, but I feel like you can fudge the pack up a little bit and still get a stellar session out of it.
And,
easily.
Hookah Frank just pointed out something.
That goes for both lines.
Hookah Frank just pointed something out real quick that I wanted to talk about on a later episode for sure. But Tangiers actually isn't a dark leaf. The Nor line is not actually a dark leaf. It's a blonde leaf with molasses that's added. It's actually an unwashed tobacco, and that's where the buzz comes from. I remember back in the day, I don't know if you know about this, Christian or Adrian, but we never referred to it as a dark leaf back in the day. We only referred to it as an unwashed tobacco, and that's where the buzz came from. We used to refer to Tangiers and Nakla on the same level because they're both unwashed tobacco, which is actually kind of interesting. We've strayed away from it.
Does that go for Trifecta or Tangiers across the line, all of their different various lines?
I believe, and Hookah Frank will be better to answer this, but the Burley is a dark leaf. The Burley
is dark. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I've actually enjoyed the Burley flavors more. When I can pick up something in Burley, I will. So that makes a lot of sense. I didn't know that. I'm learning today.
It's something that I've forgotten completely about.
I prefer Nor over Burley, in all honesty. I don't know. I like the flavor better. I like that leathery Tangiers flavor that we were talking about, but I enjoy the amount of leathery flavor that Nor has over leather that I think Burley has.
Which I think
that makes a lot of sense to me.
Which is probably what you taste when with that molasses is basically what that flavor profile might be. Question, Adrian, you said that there's a right way to pack Trifecta. Yeah, let's get into that real quick. How do you guys like to pack Trifecta Dark Leaf? What's your preferred packing method with it? Adrian, what about you? We'll start with you.
The best way I can explain how I pack Trifecta is if everyone knows what a normal pack is, which is kind of how you want to pack Alfaker. That's what most people say. That's how you want to pack Alfaker. A little bit denser than that. I wouldn't quite call it densing it, but there's definitely not a lot of room for the tobacco to wiggle around. I'll typically just like put it in there with a fork up to the rim, and then I'll adjust it down to just rim level without leaving barely any air gaps. But I won't actually put any pressure on the tobacco to condense it down into the bowl. And that's how I smoke Trifecta, and that's what's giving me the best results.
Yeah, I usually just go a little bit denser than that, I would say. I use like a semi-dense pack with it, nothing that I would do for like Tangiers, just a little bit more of a aggressive pack with it. That's kind of what I've always done, a little bit below the rim.
Way denser than anything I would do with a blonde.
Yeah,
but nowhere near as dense as something I would do with like what I've been doing with the Midnight line from Alpha Kama or Tangiers.
Hookah Frank actually said Burley isn't dark, it's just a stronger tobacco is what he just said.
Okay.
What about you, Christian? How do you like to pack your Trifecta Dark Leaf?
As far as Trifecta Dark, I'll sprinkle it in up to the rim, and then I'll just barely pat it down to where there's just the tiniest little bit of air gap between the foil and the tobacco. I feel like I'm the opposite of Adrian there. I prefer to pack my Trifecta Blonde a little bit more dense. I'll actually pack it semi-dense.
Oh wow!
Really?
I prefer the smoke that it gives, and I feel like it gives you more of the flavor, just because the Trifecta Blonde that I usually get, it's usually a little more juicy, and I feel like packing it that way, it'll I don't know, it just provides more flavor. I don't really know why, but that's just a personal preference.
Yeah,
and
it's all
how I
subjective,
usually
right?
suggest it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to do that actually. I've never even thought to pack because I look at it, I'm like, okay, this is a blonde leaf tobacco. Let's pack it like I pack most blonde leaf tobaccos. I'm gonna have to give that a try though.
same here. Yeah, I've never tried to do that either. I'm gonna have to for sure.
Yeah, let me know.
What are some flavors that you would like to see in the future from Trifecta? I have one that I would like to see. I would really like to see them tackle a horchata flavor. I feel like that'd be really good. And I'd also really like to see them do cookies and cream. We don't have a cookies and cream flavor anymore. There used to be one back in the day from JM Tobacco. But I would like to see horchata and cookies and cream. Adrian, you have your hand raised up. I know you have an answer to this, so let's hear what you have to say for this one.
Can we please have a taro flavor? I don't even know if that's something that we can do because I haven't seen that ever. But I really want a taro flavor.
That's the
Really
you talked about that before. That's the flavor that's like a breakfast cereal or fruit.
It's Tricks. Tricks uses taro. But if you've ever had like we have a lot of bubble tea over here in Ann Arbor, and they make a taro bubble tea, and it's awesome. I want tobacco that tastes like that so bad.
What about you, Christian? What are some flavors you'd like to see in the future? Not unreleased things like the peppermint milkshake, but stuff that you'd actually like to see Moose really try to hit on with Trifecta.
It's funny that Adrian said bubble tea because I think a Thai tea flavor would be fantastic. Right? Yeah, I see you looking, Adrian.
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
I feel like Thai tea would be great. As far as horchata goes, in all honesty, I think if you want a really great horchata, you need to try Azur Vivela horchata.
Very
Azur's
good.
horchata is by far the best horchata on the market. It just smokes Tangier's horchata.
Oh, I agree.
Now, do you smoke it in dark or blonde? Real quick, I got a question.
I have it in both, and I've tried it in both.
Oh, dark for sure.
Yeah, well, I noticed that the Azur
I prefer Azur dark.
Mm-hmm. I'm the same way. When I first got my samples of Azur, I really preferred the blonde. The dark was performing really strangely. I don't know if it's I got better at it or I got used to it or they changed something, but like I've got a bunch of Azur dark, like the Bengal citrus, I think is the flavor, and Moroccan tea. Those it's so good. Like they're really nailing it with their dark leaf flavors.
I would also like to see Trifecta do green tea. I think green tea would be something that's interesting too. We haven't really seen a lot of green tea flavors. That might be something that'd be interesting. Hookah Fiend just said Trifecta garlic and onion. Garlic and onion. I don't know what the hell that's about.
Green tea would be very hard to do in a dark blend, just due to the fact that green tea is such a mild flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you've ever dealt with like matcha powder or anything like that.
Yeah.
Green tea is such a mild flavor that I feel like in dark, the tobacco notes would overpower it.
Yeah.
It would definitely have to be a blonde.
Because I just saw Captain Wetbeard, I'm going to have to remind everybody to jump down and hit that like button real quick. Don't forget to sub to the channel, and also make sure you share the video. Let other people know what we're doing here because we have a ton of fun. Sour cream and onion, yes, that's what I was thinking too. Where's our chip flavors? Where's barbecue? Where's sour cream? Where is what is it? Vinegar and salt and vinegar? I want
salt and vinegar. That's the best flavor in the world. I don't think I want to smoke it though.
I want
lemon pepper flavored.
You're so gross.
Where's our savory flavors? That's what we're looking for.
There's a reason we don't have them.
There's a reason why we don't manufacture hookah flavors, it turns out, Adrian, because we would do a terrible job. Oh, no. Christian just got booted again.
Hi, Christian.
He's back. He's back, I think.
Coming back.
This is great. J-Rock just said, I remember.
I think it's WTO or that weird like manufacturer out of, I can't even remember where they're from, but they have a salmon flavor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I want to smoke that. I actually want to smoke that really bad.
I've heard some interesting things about that for sure. Dill pickle, biscuits and gravy. We have all sorts of things. Oh no, my network seems to be blocking a connection. Hold on a sec. We've lost him again completely. Let's see if I can.
This is so much fun.
This is awesome. This is amazing. This is everything the show is supposed to be.
You know what it's probably time for?
What? Yes. We have time right now to get some call-ins in. Let me set this up real quick. Let's see if we can get him back while I'm doing this. Okay, so we have the call-in number right here. If you guys want to make a call, 319-527-3235. Give us a call, and you can be a part of the show. Let me make sure our phone line is ready and open.
Welcome.
It should be. Yes, it is. Okay, so you can go ahead and make that call as soon as you want to. WTO has a ton of savory flavors, including Russian bread. Trying to connect is what. Oh my goodness, this is fantastic. We're just gonna keep living with it and see what happens. Christian, you're back. What's up, Christian?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, you didn't miss much. We're talking more savory flavors, including things like savory flavors from Russian bread. Have you heard of the brand WTO?
Have I heard of what?
WTO. It's that new Russian brand that sells in like $20 for 20 grams of tobacco. They're in that really, really small container.
Oh, yeah. I've
It's
seen.
got like salmon flavor and cheeseburger and just weird shit.
Yeah, I've seen Brandon post those. No, I'm good. I'm good.
We'll have them all. Don't worry about it. We'll try them.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would try it, but there's definitely no guarantee I'd like it.
David Dewan just said waffle, salmon, popcorn, cola. You can't put cola with all those other flavors. Cola is like a normal flavor in comparison to all those. Oh, Russian brand is what he said, not Russian bread.
You can't read. You can't read that.
I cannot read at all. Popcorn
Waffle would be good.
Waffle sounds like a good flavor. I would try waffle.
If you want to smoke popcorn, just pick up some Alfaca strawberry.
If you want to, Hookah Frank, I don't know if you're still here or not, but if you want to smoke popcorn, you got to get clove from Fusion. Do you remember Fusion, Hookah Frank? That's my question to you if you're still here in the chat at all. Fusion used to make this clove flavor. I swear to God, it tasted just like buttery popcorn. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible, man. Paul just asked David, have you tried the WTO? And he said a couple, not all. They're super expensive here. Man, we got to figure out where you're getting WTO from. I want to hear some more information about that. So those are the flavors that we want to see. I did open up the phone lines if anybody wants to give us a call. Oh, we have a bunch of people waiting on the phone lines. Hold on a second. Jeez.
Better take some calls, man.
Yeah. Let me get these active real quick. Hold on just a second, guys. Sorry, let me mute a couple of you. We have area code 701. Area code 701. Are you on the line?
Yeah, it's Captain Wetbeard.
Hey, Captain Wetbeard. What is up? Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate you, man. I tried to remember to tell people to hit that like button like you always do. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Oh, of course, absolutely. I haven't been able to join you guys the last couple of weeks because it's been raining outside every Monday, and I've not been able to light coals.
Oh, man, that sucks. Well, we're happy to have you here right now. Do you have a question for Mr. Hookah Chef, our esteemed guest at the moment?
Yeah, I know we kind of touched over that lightly, but I wanted to specify more on my question. If you had to choose specifically a trifecta mixed or blend that consisted of only 2 flavors, what would that flavor mix be?
Yeah, try to ignore your dogs humping each other. And what would be your trifecta mix that you would like to?
Oh, it's really the funny. Before I get to your question, the funny thing about that is that was my female dog mounting my male dog.
Captain Wetbeard, we appreciate you so very much. I'm going to drop the call real quick, and we're going to answer it off the air. Okay, Captain Wetbeard?
Thanks for calling, man.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, so
as far as it comes to my 2 flavors that I would mix, I mean, I think probably the most common mix that I smoke, and it's probably mainly because of my wife, because she's in love with it, is Morning Glory and Mint. And now it's just a fantastic mix.
Morning Glory and mint, so coffee and mint. Adrian, I think you've talked about that before. You're a fan of that, aren't you?
Yeah, when I first decided to pack it, I was like, this probably isn't going to be good because coffee and mint sounded weird. Then I remembered every single time I put a mint coffee creamer in my coffee and it was good. And yeah, it turns out it translates pretty well.
Very nice. David Dewan just said, come to Miami and I'll show you WTO. You got it, David. I'll be heading my way down that way for sure. One of my favorite mixes from Trifecta is just lychee and Indian Kir, like I'm smoking right now. I just love the way these two meld together. Lychee is such a good flavor from Trifecta. We're going to take another call. The phone number area code is 510. 510, who is this?
It's Eddie Chung.
Hey!
What's up, guys?
What is up, Paul? How are you doing? Don't be trying to trick us. What are you doing right now, Paul?
I'm doing good, man. Just wanted to say what's up. Don't really have anything to talk about.
Clouds going.
you got your
Paul,
baby
now
clouds?
that I've met you, I miss you. Where are you, dude?
Paul's such a good guy.
I'm in my gym, smoking,
Oh,
what
boy.
is it, Alpacama Ice Grapefruit Mint.
Oh,
Listening
nice.
to you guys, watching Christian blow some baby cloud. It's all good.
Very nice. Well, we love having you on the show anytime, obviously, Paul. Do you have any questions for Mr. Hookah Chef himself? How he gets those baby clouds? What's your question?
Yeah, those baby clouds are pretty thunderous, actually. I like it. Favorite bowl on the market? What do you think about well, actually, change my question.
Okay.
I want to know what you think about people and new brands replicating each other.
Oh, okay. Wow, this is a good in-depth
So,
question.
like, remember, it was kind of like from a fallout from the MIT kind of stuff that happened in Turkey.
Mhm.
I would love to hear you guys' opinions.
Awesome. Well, we'll take your question off the air. I'm going to drop you right now, but thank you so much for calling, Paul. Eddie,
Cool.
we appreciate it.
Later, dude.
Take it easy, Nova Fishing.
All
As
right.
far as replications,
Yeah, let's hear this.
I can't stand people who just rip off other people's products. It's bogus. I understand. There's only so many ways you can make a bowl. Only so many ways you can make a hookah. But there's always ways to make changes where it's not just a blatant ripoff.
Imitate or make it your own, basically, which I think is definitely a problem that does happen far too often. We saw that with the RV bowls back in the day when they were just ripping off the Hookah John products and stuff like that. At least Liberty, when they started to make their own stuff, they were doing things like adding the rook to it, or they were doing things like adding the spire to it. And then they were also changing the design to make it their own, which eventually became alpaca bowls, obviously, like with the Siri and doing different things on their own. I agree with you. I'm not a big fan of anything that copies. I would much prefer them take something and make it their own.
I'm actually I'm huge into those bowls just because I started with JJ Ceramics.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you know
Yeah.
where that came from.
I do.
Yep.
JJ was the original, and then they split up, and then it was just Chris Jones, and he ended up making OG bowls, and then him and Omar split up and made Liberty and then Alpaca. And I'm actually using an Alpaca Predator right now. It's probably my favorite bowl right now. So that'll answer his other question.
I love
I have a
Siri.
tiny question for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any variants. I have a pretty big collection of just these OG Predator bowls that I picked up locally. Are there any differences that you've noticed? Have you ever smoked out of an OG Predator? Is there any difference between the OG Predator and the Alpaca Predator?
In all honesty, I feel like the main differences between them are just glaze styles, thicknesses of the clay, and probably just different depths that they try to use. I think Omar definitely has it down pat now.
Mhm.
I think he's using the perfect thickness of clay. His glaze styles are just gorgeous. And then, of course, I think he's really starting to nail down where people like to smoke at, how long they like to smoke for. So he's really getting the depths of the bowls right. The one I have right now holds probably 16, 17 grams of tobacco. I don't know. I've never actually weighed it. And it smokes phenomenal for 2 hours, and exactly 2 hours. And that's right where I like it.
That's perfect.
Perfection.
Derek Moses just said, fuck MIT bowls and MIT, and he said that he just had to get that off his chest, so I'm going to go ahead and say that for him, because it's true. Screw them. We don't need that kind of stuff.
I don't know what MIT bowls are.
MIT
honestly.
is just this terrible turkey thing that happened on, I think it was either Hookah Enthusiast or Hookah Lounge. I don't know which one it was, but it was just a bunch of craziness that happened for a while. We got some more calls, so let's go ahead and take another one because I have them on hold for way too long. Area code 443. Area code 443. Who is this?
J-Rock from Baltimore, Maryland. You know what it is, baby.
What is up, J-Rock? How are
What
you
up, J-Rock?
doing? What are you
What's
up to,
up,
man?
Man, I'm fine as wine. I'm smoking Trifecta pumpkin something, and I'm really enjoying this.
Nice. Pumpkin something is always great, man. Appreciate you
Man,
calling.
I want to try. I've actually not tried it. I want to try pumpkin latte.
Oh.
That
Do you
sounds
have
good.
it?
I'm talking.
No, I asked, and then I ordered for Mari. I want to say spice chai. I never tried spice chai, and mochaccino that they dropped, and French vanilla. I tried it all at the expo, and I said when I get home, I was going to order some because my taste palette is changing. So I'm trying to get away from these like real sweet, fruity flavors, trying to get into something like a little spicy, a little calm down.
Get you away from that. Get you away from that Fantasia stuff is what we're doing right now.
There you go. There you go. Don't diss my Fantasia because sure enough, when the winter drops, I'm going to order me some peppermint cream, and which I already have peppermint shake from Trifecta, which I haven't opened yet. I had since the expo, and I'm waiting for the wintertime to open it. For some reason, that's what I'm waiting for. Like that'll be the first time to smoke it.
Very nice. Do you have a question for our esteemed guest, Hookah Chef here, J-Rock?
Well, first and foremost, like I said, it was a pleasure meeting you and just rapping to you, and then the little mix you did at the hookah battle and the 3D hookah was amazing. Even when you carved the fruit, I was blown by that. The question I was going to ask, which you already asked, but like, what flavor in the industry would you like to see Trifecta or anybody drop? I put this out here last week to Badia. Hopefully he listened to me. I said, hopefully somebody makes a real good like hot chocolate flavor.
That would be good. Hot chocolate does sound like something that needs to happen. What do you think, Hookah Chef? What do you think about a hot chocolate flavor?
You know, and it's actually a big thing in Russia, not the hot chocolate, but doing flavors that when they do them, they do it a little differently than us in a lot of their lounges. They'll use hot water in their bases, and it changes the smoke. So I'm thinking if someone did a hot chocolate flavor, that might be one of the ones that a warm base might actually be pretty good with. I mean,
now I gotta start experimenting because that's interesting.
I want to do horchata with warm water.
I mean, you got to think up in Russia. I mean, it gets fucking cold.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
definitely. And I'll just think of like if somebody made the hot chocolate flavor, it could be a nice good chocolate with like a good, a delicious creaminess behind it, and I know it would be the bomb. I'm just waiting for somebody to do it. I'm gonna throw that out there. I'm like, somebody do it, please.
Yeah, awesome, man. Well, thanks so much for calling. We're gonna take our last. Oh, Badia says he's listening. Badia just said he's listening. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna drop you from the call right now, and we're gonna take our last caller. Okay.
Alrighty, y'all be safe and be blessed.
Thanks, J-Rock.
Take it easy, man. Thanks for calling.
All right, let me unmute this last caller that we have. Area code 256. Who is this area code 256?
This is B. Lou, man. My main man.
What is up, B. Lou? What is up, B. Lou, man? Always good to hear from you all the time. Appreciate you calling in. B. Lou actually does Twitch gaming as well. He's going to be doing it on Tuesday nights at Hollywood Cole. You can find him on Twitch. Make sure you guys go and find him and sub to him. He does some great stuff on there, playing wrestling games like you should be doing. Am I right, B. Lou?
No.
Fact, all fact.
Hell yeah, exactly. Oh, man. Do you got a question for our guest, Hookah Chef here, B. Lou?
Actually, I really don't have a question. I just wanted to call and tell Hookah Chef, man, I appreciate you, and I've been watching your videos for a while. I wanted to also tell you how I appreciate how you always had the 5 mixes in the beginning. Like you had those 5 songs, like you have like a cool little mix of like popular songs, and it's a cool take on it, man. I don't know where you get all your music, but
man, I appreciate it. That's actually, ironically, one of the most talked about things on my reviews, like in the comments of all my reviews, is always my music choices. I'm a huge music person. It's helped me out a lot through my life, and if I can share what I like or what I think is cool with other people, I just really enjoy doing it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for B. Lou for calling. We appreciate it, man. You have a good night, dude.
Thank you, bro. All
right.
For sure.
Have a good one, man.
All right. Well, that does it for our calls. Thank you guys so much for keeping our phone lines nice and busy. It was a very, very enjoyable time. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up the show. We got a friendly reminder, though, from Captain Wetbeard now that the seasons are changing and it's getting cold outside. Be sure to take caution when cleaning your hookah with hot water. Thermal shock can occur, and it can break glasses. It can break bowls. Yes, be very careful. When you're cleaning your stuff, let it get up to room temperature so you don't accidentally break. Have either one of you ever accidentally broke anything from thermal shock?
Not yet.
Nope. I'm actually probably really bad about it. I have quite a few bowls with all the little micro fractures in it because
Me too.
I'm impatient, and I like to run water over my really hot bowls. Also, it doesn't help that I have chef hands, so I'll pick up a bowl and not feel that it's really hot. And my wife can attest to this because I've handed them to her before and she's had to drop them.
Oh no.
I have a lot of bowls, and that's actually one of the things I wanted to talk about. This alpaca bowl. I've done it a couple times where it's really hot, and I've ran it under, and I don't have one microfracture in this. So he's definitely gotten the glaze on this spot on.
Oh yeah.
That's a bummer because some of my bowls I intentionally try to microfracture because I love the look. Like on the Bambino bowl, those solid color Bambino bowls, it looks so cool when they get all microfractured.
Man, I miss my Bambino bowl. That used to be my favorite Tangiers bowl.
Oh, did you break it?
I broke it.
Oh.
I dropped it. I did.
Oh,
I did a bad thing.
The pain. Oh my goodness. Well, we appreciate you guys so much for sticking around and listening and stuff. And also, Hookah Chef, thank you so much for joining us. We want to make sure that people can find us on the internet. Adrian, if people want to find you on the internet, where can they find you?
You want to watch some hookah reviews, unboxings, tutorials, or just pure hookah jank, go over to PipeDreamHookah on YouTube. And if you want to find me on Twitter and Instagram, I'm _PipeDream. And if you want to find me on Facebook, my name's Adrian Hunter, and my face looks like this.
Very nice. What about you, Hookah Chef? Where can we find you on the internet?
Well, of course, YouTube. It's Hookah Chef Reviews. And as far as other places, Facebook, of course, I'm in pretty much all the groups. There was actually something in there that was in the notes that you sent me, but we didn't get to, I guess. It's about, have I modded or anything, any of the groups?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about being a mod and being a member, but it's kind of I don't know, it might be a long-winded question.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay.
But I'm in pretty much all the main hookah groups. There's a couple there's a lot that I'm not in just because they're all the same thing. I think there's way too many hookah groups.
There's a lot.
I think in general, they're mainly just annoying.
At
if I'm
times.
being honest.
At times.
As far as Instagram, at Hookah Chef, and I post pictures daily. So there's that.
Very nice.
Try to post cool stuff. It's probably lame.
You can find the podcast, obviously, AM Hookah. We have both a page and a group on Facebook. We are a very cool group, though, so you should come and join our group for sure.
We need to eliminate our group, actually. There's too many groups, Matt.
Too many. No, we will keep ours going forever. You can also find us on Twitter, AM Hookah, and also you can find us on Instagram, AM Hookah Podcast as well. You can find me, Matt Desind, on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook, creeping around on all the different groups and stuff like that. You can find me on Twitter at only Matt Desind. I just got to give a really big thank you to Derek Moses and my beautiful wife for sending me this wonderful hose for my birthday. 30 is going to feel wonderful with this hose. I'm just so in awe and thankful for it. So, you guys, thank you so much for listening. Yes, go Titans. Exactly. They better fucking win already.
Last minute thing. The Hookhologist, I guess, is going live tonight. So go check that out if you want to continue the live hookah party.
Yes, go and check out the Hookhologist. He posted a video last week as well. I told him to make sure to let us know if he's doing it again. He does some cool stuff. He did the B2 Reaper last time. I don't know what he's going to be doing tonight. But thank you guys so much for listening, watching. Share the video. Hit the like button as well. And until next time, guys, well, keep on smoking. Talk to you guys later.
See you.
Bye.
Later.